What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and here we are with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. And I'm really excited about this device because we have new improved sensors which should give us better health data. Now I want to point out that I'll also be pairing the Watch Ultra with a Spigen Rugged Armor Pro case as well as a Spigen Watch Stand. So here we are with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. It's a overall black box here and it has Galaxy Watch Ultra branding. It's got the watch on the front with an orange band. And as for opening this, there is no knife needed, no scissors. We have the famous pull tabs here. We'll just dig one up and then pull. Always satisfying. So there's one at the bottom and then we're going to have one at the top. And I am truly excited about this device. Maybe even more so than the Galaxy Z Fold 6 we recently unboxed because I love keeping track of health data. So as we can imagine, the lid should slide off nice and smooth. I think I'm getting a little stuck here at the bottom. We still had a little bit of adhesive in the way, but overall comes off nice and smooth. The box does look different compared to previous generations. Previous generations had a taller box. This one's a little bit shorter. Just something I wanted to point out here. But here we have this box inside the box. Does this just lift out? It looks like it does. And I'm guessing we're going to have the watch band over here. We'll set that to the side for a moment. I'm guessing the watch is in this box. So again, clean presentation here. We're going to have some tape that we need to pull back on. So no pull tabs here. I love those pull tabs. It makes everything a little easier. But the tape's not too bad and it actually peels really clean. For some reason I was expecting it was going to rip, but there we go. The lid should slide off nice and smooth again here. This is interesting. It's a box in a box, and here we have the watch. Now this has been very controversial. If you've been following the media saying, a lot of people in the media, they're saying that the Watch Ultra looks like an Apple Watch, and I don't know too much about Apple devices, so I can't tell you which one it is. As for myself, how do I feel about it? At first I thought it was a mistake. However, this does have a difference here, and I had a love-hate relationship with it too because I've always been a fan of the round style of watches that Samsung has been putting out. This has a circle on a square. And I first thought this didn't make any sense. This is really weird. Why is Samsung doing this? Now I'm not 100% sure, but my theory is that it's designed like this because the square allows it to pack more inside of it versus having just the round design, which is why we would have a round face on a square body. And if that's true, I'm okay with this design because I do want better health tracking. I want better features, more features. That being said, this watch doesn't have a rotating bezel like the Watch 6 Classic that I have. I do like that rotating bezel. I'll be honest, I think it's more of a gimmick, but it's still a nice thing to have. Now again, we do have the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro case, which we'll be installing. But if you are the kind of person who doesn't mind having less protection, it looks like we do have a band here, and this would be the orange band. And I'm going to pull it out here and I'm going to install it just so that we can get an idea of what it's like to install it. So how does this attach? It looks like there's no spring mechanism here. And it looks like we have a release button here and here. There's a sticker kind of covering the other release button. So I'll go ahead and I will remove the sticker just so that we can demonstrate that a little better. So yes, we're going to have a release button on this side and a release button on that side. That's my theory. I haven't read any of the product information, but I just go off of logic here. And I'm going to try this out. And that actually attaches really easy. It's a lot better than previous designs where it was like a pin, I believe. That's why I didn't like that at all. I was not a big fan. So we've connected that. Really easy to connect. I like this design. Works really well. I don't know if that's what Apple's doing, but if that's what Apple's doing, I could see why Samsung would go with it. Let's try to release here. Gonna push on the button. Comes off fairly easy. And what's cool here is I'm going to release both sides. They're not side specific, it looks like. So we could ideally attach it the reverse way, you know, depending on which side you want each band on. Now again, I'm going to be installing the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro case, so I'm going to set that to the side. But I do want to point out really quick too, what I like about this band is it looks like it's breathable. I didn't really think much about that, but for fitness, you know, sometimes you might accumulate sweat underneath the watch face or along the inside of your wrist if you're doing workouts, running, lifting, anything like that. This looks breathable. Of course, you've got the holes here for the hardware to secure the watch to you, but you also got holes in the side here, and they don't appear to go all the way through, but I imagine it should help with ventilation a little bit. So now we're going to install the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro case on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. And the reason I love this case here is because it provides overall protection. So you're going to have protection around the whole watch here, and you're also going to have a band included. In fact, it's all one piece. Now, I do believe this is going to be a little harder based on my experience with previous watch case bands to install the Galaxy Watch Ultra, and that's because the watch face actually pushes into the back of the watch case band, and sometimes that requires a little bit of effort. But for some reason, I feel like this is going to be a little bit easier because of the shape of the Galaxy Watch Ultra. So the Galaxy Watch Ultra, it's going to go in one way only. Of course, we have the side buttons here, and it's going to press in. I think this should also go in easier because if we look at the watch face, there isn't much sticking out. So hopefully that'll make installation a little easier. I don't think I can lay it down like I was going to. Oh, but this installs so much easier. You can see a really smooth install. That looks really nice. And I like cases like this because it gives this watch, or any watch, a G-Shock-like appearance. I've always been a big fan. It looks very techy, modern, futuristic, if you will. It just completes the kit. And the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro case, it has some faux carbon fiber accent here at the top and the bottom. We've got the Spigen logo. And again, going with that G-Shock appearance, you're going to have rugged armor branding at the top, as well as shock resist at the bottom or the lower portion of the watch band. Everything else looks pretty straightforward. We got a nice clean band here. We've got the hardware to secure it. There is a faint Spigen logo here, but overall this looks really good. What we might have missed here is, of course, we pulled the watch out of the package. But there should be a charger, because there has to be. That's pretty important here because we do want to use the Spigen Watch Stand here. So I'm going to see if we have the charger in here. So here we are with the charge cable, and I'm going to pull that out. And it looks very similar to previous generations. It's still USB-C on one end, and it's still round. And this is a pretty simple unboxing for the Spigen Watch Stand. We got a few pieces going on here, but this has adhesive. It has adhesive on the underside so that you can stick this to a surface and it will stay in place. Let's try it out. I'm going to push it into place, and it it goes. So that's good news. It does sit in there. That's reassuring because I wasn't 100% sure, even though it was advertised that it would work with the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now, of course, we got to place the Galaxy Watch Ultra on here to just make sure that we make a connection. And that sits there nice. And you can see this is a really good idea to have your watch, you know, maybe by your bedstand or on your desk or anything like that. You get a really clean presentation. It looks really nice. It works really well. Of course, I have to fire up the watch. I have to set it up. I have to try it out. But I am looking to make more content about this device. I'm looking forward to the improvements, the better sensors, the better GPS tracking, and reporting it back to all of you. So, as always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out.
You